Hello, I'm Hannah Wallace and welcome to NextGenBanking London, the AI revolution. Kindly joining me now is Monaco, founder of TrustEU Affairs, and together we're going to be addressing some of the ethical issues around AI. Hello Monica, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, pleasure.
Now I'm really looking forward to hearing your panel later, the title of which is Addressing the Ethical Issues Around AI.
Yep.
Really interesting topic, because of course AI as a tool is fantastic at managing data, but how do you avoid sort of the bias and discrimination that comes when looking at the output?
Yeah, that's a very relevant question. I do not have the answer, but the Commission is looking at the answer, if I may. So I sit in Brussels. My job consists of understanding what the European Commission is doing, and we understand they are precisely looking at how to establish whether the use of algorithm is ethical or not. So the Commission is actually trying to assess whether there is a need for any form of regulation that would allow businesses to be always applying ethical principles when using AI. So it's a very fine balance between calculation of risks and ethicality of the way in which you calculate risk. And this is really the case for financial services.
Mm-hmm. All right, when you say regulation, what type of regulation might be put in place, especially in the financial service industry?
For the moment, what the Commission has published is a communication in April, on the 25th of April, so last month, in which they're explaining that they're looking at an innovation-friendly legal framework. So for the moment, they are looking at which laws eventually to update. We understand from the discussions that the Product Liability Directive may be up for review, and this could be the framework indeed for such a legal development. Now, this directive is a directive which is very old, that was put into force before the digitalization of the industry. So it's certainly a challenge for the Commission to see how this regulation should be updated to cover AI-related issues.
Exactly. Well, AI has evolved at quite a speed, hasn't it? All right, and how do you see the development of AI as a tool sort of evolving in the future, say?
I think it's a very relevant tool and very useful tool, especially in industries such as the financial services industry. But there is a responsibility for the industry, in my view, to take this balance right. So when we are talking about investment or credit risk algorithms or fraud de-risking algorithms, there is indeed a risk of use, maybe an unintended risk of use in a way which is not compliant with ethical principles. So it's an important field, but and certainly there are important developments, but we have to be sure this is coherent with ethical principles and what the Commission has in mind.
Yeah, it's certainly a really interesting space. Well, Monica, I'll let you get back to the event. Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And thank you for watching.